we are live. Let me just clear some stuff up. Hello everybody. This will just be a live trading video of just me streaming, just kind of showing you more in depth of merging sessions. And I don't know why my merging sessions keeps on going to the Ethereum chart, but nevertheless we'll look at that too. So this is kind of like a live walkthrough of just me using it in the morning, kind of planning it out, and then just incorporating it into my overall trading plan too. If you guys are kind of new to Exocharts, feel free to check out my playlist. I have a lot of good free videos, so just check those ones out. I think they'll be of very good use to you. I worked pretty hard to kind of make them, kind of went through it, planned, and just kind of made the videos. Anyways, this is the current trade that I am in. I took a long this morning with my stop loss right below these wicks right here. Take profit is at this naked daily point of control and this 786. I'm gonna lock in these profits at the golden pocket right here, kind of the previous week value area low. This has been kind of resistance for quite a while, so I'm gonna kind of make sure it's a winning trade when I lock in these profits. Again, this will just create really a 1.22 risk to reward ratio, but my final take profit is really up here. And this is kind of a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio. So again, if you're watching right now, this will apply to you, but if you're watching this later on, this won't really apply to you, so no big deal really. I'm also took a long on Solana too, from around $40 with my stop loss at the below the low right here. Final take profit, I'll show you. So like this, final take profit is really this. So very good risk to reward in my opinion. Good trade I'd take, and I'll probably lock in profits if when price gets to there. So anyways, moving back on to the Exocharts, just kind of going over that. This is the template that I use, the merging sessions. Feel free to join the Discord and just kind of go in and look at the Exochart levels. And this will be the merging sessions. So just copy and paste that code, long code, into there. Anyways, the go-to time frame for this is the 30-minute. This will be saved in the template, and then 50 tick size. Again, as a general rule of thumb, you really only want to look at price history that is less than a week old. Really, whenever you get price history longer than a week, it's not really significant. So anyways, just opening up this template, first thing I see is nice even distribution days, meaning that price volume is relatively the same as the time cluster area. So the point of controls are relatively the same. Usually the first thing you want to look for is a difference between the time point of control and the volume point of control as shown. So if the time point of control was say up here and the volume point of control is down here, you would aim for a long based off of that volume point of control to the time point of control, and that would make for a nice scalp trade. Now, the next thing that you kind of want to look for is a naked session point of control. And so right here, I have the point of controls kind of extending out. Again, you guys can turn that on and off by going to the point of control and then go to fill. You guys can turn this on and off of using the, where is it? Bear with me. Point of control volume area. So using volume for value area point of control calculation. This will again switch up the settings. I like to keep that on ticked, and as you can see when I turn this on and off, it dramatically changes the point of controls. So I like to keep that ticked off. That's what the traders, from what I've learned, they like to keep it ticked off. So again, I just keep that ticked off, as that will significantly throw off your data value. Just a good price note. And so there are 4 sessions in a day. It is the London session, which we are in right now. Previously, we were in the Asia session, where we have a naked session point of control. I will put that on my chart for TA later on. And then, of course, we had the New York or the pre-close. So it's kind of in between the New York session ending and then the Asia session, and then, of course, the New York session. But typically, it starts out with the Asia session and then the London session, and then soon we'll have the New York session and then the pre-close. So again, just the 4 different sections that you should be kind of aware of. And really what we are looking for is a price movement, really an hour after each session or during each session. Price usually likes to move in between like the start of the session to kind of the hour after the session. And again, each session is roughly about 8 hours, since there's 4 sessions in a 24-hour period. So what you guys can do when you're kind of new to this is go up to the layout up here, turn on the colored candle. This is what you're kind of most familiar with, and that way you can kind of see in the background of the regular price candles. Let me take a drink of water. So you guys can see your Japanese candles in the background, and this will just kind of get more used to just kind of looking at things. What you guys can also do is to expand this time. I usually like to keep it all nice grouped together, so I know where time is mostly spent at. But what you can do is go to go to TPO and then click on expand clusters, and this will just kind of fill in the candlesticks with the time images. But I like to keep that off, as it will create a nice organized data based off of that. So nevertheless, I am gonna put down this naked session point of control at around 29,450. So I'm just gonna add this to my chart. I like to use blue lines for this. I also like to use blue for single prints or FFGs, fair value gaps. So just a personal preference. So I'm gonna write NSPOC and then of course paste in those coordinates. So yeah, just more kind of what you want to look for is kind of confluence with it too. So this is sitting on a low volume node of this whole range that I took as a volume profile. So pretty interesting. Now the second thing you can kind of do is merge like sessions together. So say if the previous Asian session, which it kind of is similar, what you can do is again double click on a current session we're in, the London session, and just merge. So you just merge price together, these sessions together, and create a overall larger session. What you can do is merge like sessions together. So as you can see, they look fairly the same. So why not just merge them together, create more data? That way this will kind of create a more accurate session, what you guys can do too is just merge previous sessions together. So you can see kind of these sessions are all kind of the same. So again, you guys can just keep on merging these like so. And again, this will just create a larger naked session, just be more significance to you guys when kind of trading. And so you guys can do this on in the past too. Need to zoom in a little bit in order to see the options for this, but yeah, just keep on kind of merging sessions. You guys can do this for roughly a week back in time. I wouldn't do any further as that won't really be significant like I said earlier, but right now we've just been trading in a range and all these naked sessions have been filled, so they're really not significant to me at the moment. But I'll do more live streams in the future just showing you guys really the power of using sessions. They're very useful for scalp trading. Again, just something to add extra confluence with. So again, I just drew that on my chart like so. And really, that's about it for merging sessions. Really, it's more simple. Really, the thing that is hard to get going is getting used to looking at it at a group of data, especially when you don't have the candles on. I like to keep the candlesticks off just to avoid clutter again. But it's just something to get used to over time. So I will look at the Ethereum chart now. And again, we have our time value area, time cluster, and then we have our volume like so. This is kind of looking different, but nevertheless it's kind of the same. So this is our time point of control where it's red, and then this is our volume point of control where it's red. And here you can see kind of a difference between the two. I wouldn't really use this as kind of an imbalance between the value areas, just because they're really close together. What you get is whenever you get like again a point of control like way down here and then a time point of control way up here or whatever, you can use that to trade. So what I'm gonna do is again merge these two like sessions together. Here up here you can see that we have a naked session point of control at around 1824. So I'm just gonna go to my Ethereum chart and put that down. So 1824. And we're getting kind of confluence with a golden pocket. Here we have another one up here, 1860. So I'm just gonna clone this guy. Oh, cool. So we're getting nice confluence with a 786 of this fib level. Again, I drew a fib from the swing high up here to the swing low. Nice confluence with that, so I'd definitely be looking to take a short off of that possibly. And then we have another naked session way up here at 1940. Can I do the same thing? And really not much confluence up there, but oh well. So yeah, that's pretty much it, what you really have to do. Again, these aren't really like together, there's not much of a range, so I wouldn't really bother merging these together. Now something like this where they're all kind of close together, you can merge together. So let me actually just start to merge all these. This will probably change the point of control. And then I'll merge this guy. So what do we have now? 1960. Okay, that's a little bit more of confluence. So that'll be interesting to see. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. Yeah, so you guys can pretty much trade off of that. I'll also feel free to ask questions in the chat if you're live right now. Yeah. Let's take a look at order flow. I'll stream for a little bit longer. Order flow is not looking too good. Oh, it's because I'm only 1 minute. So annoying. Reason for my trade kind of was on the 5 minute, saw a nice absorption, plus we kind of bounced off of a support level, golden pocket, plus this is a low of a parallel channel that I drew. I don't know if you guys can see it. Let me turn it on. Oh, I guess I don't have it. What the heck? Where'd it go? Anyways, it's from up here to right here. Let me fix that a little bit. It's a little crooked. Yeah, like that. Parallel channel, it's been trading sideways. And again, we're kind of at the low. We rejected off the medium. So there's a good chance that we come down to the low. And so really next take profit is this medium. And then we can just kind of bounce, and then take profit will be at the high. So generally just how you trade parallel channels, kind of. So, yeah. But yeah, this is it's under local analysis, yeah. So, let me turn on all my levels again. So, yep. It's gonna trading sideways before the New York session. Again, for order flow, my go-to is kind of the 15-minute and then the 5-minute. Just kind of what I've been using. The 30-minute works well for more of a long-term trade. But really you should be looking at order flow for kind of more day trades and scalp trades, not really long-term. Long-term, there's more strategies to that kind of. So a lot of longs opening, the 30-minute, shorts closing. But the 5-minute time frame has been kind of my go-to for order flow. Okay, so a question is, when you merge these sessions, how come the value area high and value area low change color? Each time you merged it, it changed from yellow to green to blue. So yeah, it just color coordinates for you. What it does, it just color coordinates you so you can like kind of differentiate from each session. So again, it'll just kind of change and kind of show the predominant session, so you can see more price action and more volatility and volume happen during Asian session. Same as here if you go to merge these. So pre-close had more volatility, New York had more volatility, London. So yeah, that answers your question. But I guess I can go to the Bitcoin chart. I keep on forgetting it goes to the Ethereum chart. So another thing when looking at the merging sessions too is that this is the value area. I believe it is 70% of total volume transacted that just minimizes into a value area. I think that's the calculation for this. And then of course we have our point of control where it's red. I'm trying to figure out a way to like extend the point of control so you can see it much more nicely, like the time point of control like this. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing or trying to figure out. So yeah, that's the point of control. And then of course this is your value area high. And then of course right here where it kind of changes to this outline of white is the value area low. And then same as time point of control where it changes from this blue to more of a dark grayish color is the value area. So value area high, value area low. And hopefully that answers your question. And again, each session is just kind of its own different color just to differentiate between each session. Really nothing too fancy or something to really overthink. Let me drink some water. But I've been using the 886 fib a ton. It's been working well for me, especially with Ethereum. Ethereum likes it a lot, I've noticed. Just in like how price action is behaving right now. Suppose I can get rid of this point of control or the golden pocket. Bitcoin doesn't really respect the 886 too much. I guess more on like a very local time frame. But really the upper time frame's not really. Just from what I've noticed. Of course, other traders can have their own opinion. But just from my experience. So yeah, we're kind of at a value area low, rejected off of the point of control. So if we do break above this point of control at 29K, good chance we can come up to the value area high where we have an 886. So this is a strong resistance. However, I'm going to be taking out most of my trade at these 786 where we have a naked daily point of control. Just going, let me see here, going to my naked. There was a decent amount of volume transacted yesterday, so this point of control could be of importance, which I have on my chart at 29,550. Yeah, so it could be a pretty strong resistance since there was a lot of volume traded within that daily candle yesterday. And how you can see that is, again, go to kind of the second value down here, 1.95 billion. Typically you want to see naked daily point of controls with 3 billion or more, but really anything around like 2 billion or more, I've noticed, does act as a well-respected level. Whereas this one probably won't be of much importance since it is at like a 1.68 billion. But this candle, since it's at 3+ billion, I do expect this to be a pretty good support level. So at 27,875, I do have that on my chart, and yeah, down here. So I am looking to trade that level definitely. It is also a possible swing failure pattern of this wick too. So we could get it like a deeper swing failure pattern where we just kind of grab liquidity from the naked daily point of control. Again, when thinking like the market maker, I guess, how Trading Reality kind of puts it, think of what the market maker would do, and really the market maker likes to screw people a lot of their money. Stop out people, make people lose money. Again, that is the goal of the exchange, is to make as much money as possible. And really the market maker is the exchange, I suppose, since they do have a lot of leverage. I don't know, this long I'm in is not looking too good. Holy cow. Sorry if I cleared my throat. Okay, so do you ever use the time value area high / value area low for level confluence? With time, I don't. I look at really the point of control. But I do use volume value area high / value area low. I don't use like the sessions value area as much. I'll just use it on TradingView, just the large range of a value area high / value area low. I'll use that a lot more compared to the sessions, because sessions, I don't know, it's just not the way I really trade for that. That's like micro scalps. But 886 for scalps, sure. I guess I use it more for like Ethereum, but I don't know, that trend reversal with market cipher, that's what I kind of use the 886 for. So I'll show you example kind of. So say I am looking to short, there's a possible swing failure pattern of these highs right here. So I'm just gonna put a temporary line. This really isn't a swing failure pattern, but nevertheless, I'll just, this is for demonstration purposes only. So we get a swing failure pattern of this high up here as the line shown. So we did wake up a little bit. Hold on, let me actually put this on like kind of a replay mode. So we did wake up a little bit, and then we just kind of wait for that, see what's going on. We wait for the reversal of the candle. So what I like to do is draw a fib retracement from the high to the low. God dang it. So, and then I'll turn on all the values that I like. So the 886, 786, golden pocket, 382. Anywhere in between the 382 to in between the 886 is game for a possible pullback you're kind of looking for. And then this will be a place that you want to get in for an entry. So if we just kind of replay it in kind of more of a live price action, you can see that we did come back up, retest that 786. And we would wait for a rejection. You want to execute this on a lower time frame, like a 3 minute to 1 minute. I've noticed the 3 minute works awesome for this. And so again, you want to wait until the next candle closes. So you can see we kind of rejected off the 786, and then wait for the next candle close, and then here I would have actually entered my short trade on the start of this candle, since this candle did confirm as sort of a reversal in the trend, where I put my stop loss above the swing high here. Reason I like to give myself a little bit more room is because people will add their stop losses here too a little bit. There won't be as many stop losses since we did take out a lot of liquidity, so there's not as much liquidity there. And again, if people get stopped out, what you need again is a long trade to close out a short trade. So again, this may pump up price a little bit and may stop you out in two. So again, I like to leave myself a little bit of wiggle room, just kind of subjective to I guess a trader. Other traders will tell you different, but it's really just how I trade. And then of course you'll just aim down for a reversal. So for this, I like to use fibs. So again, you're aiming for like a 0.5. Oh, forgot my magnet tool on. Again, you're aiming for a 0.5 fib usually. But I like to lock in profits kind of early. Usually 0.7% move, 0.5. Again, it depends on context. Now I know people are gonna like, oh, take percentage at a 0.5% move every time. No, it's really just depends on market context and really what the market's doing. So yeah, it's kind of hard to answer some of these questions because it's really something you gotta do over time and get kind of used to. But hopefully that kind of answers your question, as I will come out of replay mode. And that too would have been a very nice short to take. I wonder if the 382 was well respected. Yeah, usually the 0.5 is a major fib that I like to take profit at, especially with stock trading. Stocks like 0.5 fibs a lot. So hopefully that answers your question. So yeah, we're gonna kind of go sideways for a little bit, I think. Holy cow, my throat gets dry talking so much. Oh yeah, the Terra dollar got delisted from everywhere pretty much. Yeah, I think on Tuesday for my future live streams that I'm gonna look at like Bitcoin price overall and just get a very, very long-term view of what price will do, price predictions, and kind of where we're at. And I don't want to say a cycle. I think people, especially since like the last quote-unquote cycle for 4-year cycle from like Plan B, I'm sure everyone kind of knows what I'm talking about, the stock to flow ratio. Well, that's not really working. So I've been following a different model since like 2019, and it's been working pretty well. So I'll show you guys that and just kind of go over that and talk about that. Plus it'll be kind of a new perspective to kind of doing TA. I'm still kind of using like a TA perspective, but it'll be interesting. It'll just be like a long-term view, more of a investor's mindset, I guess. Again, it won't be financial advice, but something that I find very interesting. I don't know, just stuff I like to do in my free time. But should be interesting nevertheless. This is a 40-minute stream. Nice. I wish more people would come on. Engagement's very low right now. So yeah, any more questions, feel free to ask. Price is just kind of going sideways for a little bit. Overflow. Again, kind of low volume right now. which is typical. So happy Friday to everyone. I'm just gonna let's see what Solana's doing. But yeah, pretty much it for the stream. Hopefully more people will get on in the future, which I think it will, as kind of the channel grows. So anyways, hopefully this was of good value. And feel free to check out my playlist of Exocharts. I'll be adding that in the future just as time goes on. Right now, I'm just kind of waiting for people to kind of watch it more, and then I'll start adding more content. I don't really want to stress people out by posting a lot of videos, because I know that will definitely stress me out. So again, thanks for watching.